Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, a weekly battle of wits, debating everything from horseshoes to hand grenades, all for the privilege to be called right. And now, your hosts, Bobo and Travis.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. I'm Bobo, with me as always is Travis.
Hey, guys!
What's going on, Biggie?
Good to be back, man.
Welcome to Greatest Hits Month. Woo!
Did you want to introduce him, or did you just want to gloss over the fact that he's here?
Your fans. Wait, there's no introduction.
They know who it is.
It's been a little while since he's been here, but anyways, we'd like to thank Big E for coming back.
Welcome to our walkout basement in the middle of white America.
Yeah,
I got nothing on that.
Doesn't it make you feel a little uncomfortable?
No.
I was born
this way.
Oh, racist America. Is that where? Oh, well. Nice segue, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. It's a little early for the segue, Travis.
No, but you went back to the old way of saying it. That was the new way of saying it.
Did I say white or white trash?
You said white.
Oh, I meant white trash.
Yeah, see?
Old habits die hard, Travis.
Listen, 500 years of oppression. But anyways, we want to talk about last week a little bit because
we got to jump into that. We'll spend like a good 2-3 minutes on it.
Right.
So I'm sure most of you listened to the first 5 minutes of last week's episode, and judging from the comments we got from the listener base, that's all you listened to.
Right.
So they missed my really topical joke, which I'm upset about.
I feel like there was a bunch of good jokes in last week's episode. And if anybody's listening to these out of order, last week was the ASMR podcast. So it was just us whispering for an hour. And I feel like people are missing out by not pushing forward through the weirdness of it.
I'm not gonna lie. If you didn't get through the whole episode, I don't blame you. It is weird,
right?
Those videos are weird. I'd like to read some comments from some of our listeners about last week's episode.
Okay.
So one of our friends said that she just could not get through it. She's like, "This is like literally too weird for me." I tried. she said she made it about 10 minutes and she had to throw in the towel. She's like, I couldn't do it. It was too weird.
I don't understand that.
And my other friend, who's a regular listener who joined the Fantasy Movie League, we'll talk about in a minute, also said, this was his quote. First text from him. How the fuck did you whisper for a whole hour?
It was hard.
Right, I'll answer that. It was very difficult.
Right.
Second one. By the way, I couldn't listen, not because it made me react, but because it was annoying.
Well, I mean
to that, fuck off.
Oh, come on. Yeah,
right.
Just fucking listen to it.
The third part was, this is the best part. The best comment I got from anybody was, I wasn't going to crank my stereo to listen to two children tell secrets.
All right, no, that was all right. Well, that was a good one.
That's the
well
most
played
accurate description that I've heard
right,
of the two of you.
He literally told me, he was like, it was like listening to two grown men tell secrets for an hour.
Sure.
Hey, what about this thing? And I was like, you know what? I never heard it praised like that, but that's exactly what it sounded like.
It really is. Okay. But you're missing out on some gold, people, so go back and fucking listen and be an adult about it.
We probably won't do that again. Sorry, guys. But you know what? Sometimes you miss 100%.
Probably? We're never doing that again.
We're never doing that again. But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, you know.
Listen, there may be some whisper segments coming up. I wouldn't mind doing that because I think it's fucking hilarious. But if you guys can take, a couple minutes of it, maybe we'll do it, but who knows?
I know you guys set up a Patreon. That could be a stretch goal for you.
Oh,
there you go.
We should probably get on the whole Patreon train.
I think so. Choo choo, motherfucker. That thing's spewing money.
Yeah, we should probably get on that. I'll look into that.
Sure.
We'll set that up.
I'd like to put some more dollars or any dollars into this. That'd be great.
I would personally love to not give you any money.
I cannot wait for you to not donate. I cannot wait. I'm so thrilled.
So we should just turn off his mic now, right?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
We'll cut him off until he gives us some money. So anyways, that was our ASMR episode. We're not going to do another one. Go back and listen. You are missing some good content in there. I told the most topical joke of all time in that episode, and I'm sad it's missed.
I don't even remember what it was.
It was the Madden joke.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where I made it. So
unfortunately, though, you picked the wrong time to put it in.
I did.
Because right before that, I had you rolling on the ground.
Oh yes, with your 9/11 joke.
Right. So, anyways, but so if you're intrigued at all, go back and listen. At least try. That's all I ask.
So let's move on to the Fantasy Movie League real quick.
Yes, we've got 2 weeks to recap here.
Yes. Well, first off, welcome our newest participant, William the Red. Thank you for joining. We're excited to have you. We're sorry that you suck at this, but you'll get better. Maybe not. It won't be as good as me. No one will be, but they'll try.
Well, okay. Well, we'll get to you in a second. But I'd like to go back 2 weeks because obviously with the ASMR episode we didn't get to recap. But I'd like to congratulate our most recent, well, not our most recent winner, but a new winner to this league, Frank. Frank for winning that week 13.
Practice week. Who gives a fuck?
Way to go, Frank.
Listen, I care. Yeah, good for him, man. But it may not happen again.
It's enough for your positive attitude.
It may never happen again.
No, you know why?
It's never going to happen again.
Practice is over, bitches.
However, I'd also like to point out that I forgot to play on week 13. Which happens, you can pretty much guarantee once a season, it's going to happen.
Yeah, you do forget.
I forget to play, and for some reason, I don't know, but about Sunday, I'm like, oh, I didn't play Fantasy Movie League this week.
How are you going to treat our listeners with that much disrespect, Travis? That's just fucked.
I didn't try to.
I know, but you still did it.
And it also fucked up Andy's league that week, too.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a bonus, isn't it?
Well, and it's funny because he texts me and said I would have won, and he showed like the evidence that he actually would have won that week had it not fucked him over. I don't know how it fucked him over. Frankly, I don't care. Well, as long as it doesn't do it to me, I'm all right with it.
I have an update on that. It happened to me this past week.
Oh.
Did you not notice that? So I play in 4 leagues. I'm like in the 4 like main leagues.
Yeah.
And I copied it over from the one to all the other ones, and it was there because I checked. And come Friday morning when the estimates updated,
right,
it was not there.
Now, okay, so let me ask you a question, and this may be good for our listeners that are playing in the league. How do you do it? Do you go into our league and then copy from ours to the other ones?
That's what you should do to be safe.
That's what I do.
I didn't do that. I did it from the other way around.
That's what you should be doing all the time.
Right, but it fucked me too. So I can vouch for Andy that something happened and there's some issue with it because it messed me up. The good news for me is this week I got more dollars with their default screen that it inserted for me.
Oh, really?
Than I would have gotten in the one I played.
That's good. You still came in 4th.
Right. I would have come in 5th, though, if you picked the one I would have done.
And Tim came back with another win to round out the end of practice season.
Yes, so practice is over.
Right.
This week, starting right now, so go sign up, fantasymovieleague.com. The league is Prestige Worldwide, the podcast, and the password is Travis Bobo, all lowercase, all one word. Come join us. The season starts now.
And listen, if you want to come late, you can come late. That's not a problem. I mean, it's going to be a problem for you because even with me missing a week, I still won the practice season.
Fuck you.
Now, I just barely beat out Andy, but I still won the practice season.
The season starts again, and we usually play it weekly. So again, if you get in late, it's no big deal. We still do it week to week.
Right.
But come join us. We're having a good time here.
Yes. So, and now the problem is this. Now that you're listening to this, hopefully you're listening to this on release day because by Friday afternoon, you have missed your chance to put in your picks.
Yeah, if you're listening right now, Thursday or Friday morning, go stop and do it right now.
Right.
Takes 2 minutes.
That's why I love it.
Just get your picks in, and then you'll figure it out as you go. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe
go fuck yourself. You know?
Hey, listen, maybe Bobo's going to lose in spectacular fashion.
Yes.
Because even in the practice season, you came in 3rd.
Suck my dick from the back. All right, listen.
Whatever. Listen.
Welcome to Greatest Hits Month.
Oh, that's true. It is Greatest Hits Month.
I'm so fucking excited. Just so people are aware, I want to clarify, these are not clip shows. These are all new episodes.
Right.
So I know Greatest Hits Month might sound like we're replaying old episodes. We're not replaying old episodes. These are new episodes. They're just old topics that we're bringing back because we love them so much.
So you're only half lazy.
Right. We're
all
half
right,
lazy.
That works.
I'm okay
sure.
with that.
I'd say quarter lazy.
Quarter lazy?
Yeah,
right.
I'll go quarter lazy. I'm lazy boy.
Lazy, like a little lazy fuck boy.
I'm lazy boy. So anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to get into horrible jokes for horrible people.
So we had this episode on the old podcast from people, listeners way back then might remember that. And we did one episode, I believe, on the new podcast too, right?
We did.
Yes.
That was jokes for humanity, or jokes against humanity.
But we're calling this horrible jokes for horrible people. We're bringing back the original, remixing the remix.
Yep.
Back to the original. So I want to explain to listeners, the last 2 times we did this episode, we had Wayne on, our black friend Wayne.
That is because Bobo's white guilt gets the best of him.
But usually with Wayne on, I can justify telling black racist jokes because like Wayne's like it's there, so it's like, hey Wayne, is it cool if I say this for all black people? Are you okay with it? As a spokesman for all the black people in the world.
Except it's the exact opposite. You're not asking him; you're just telling him the joke. So it's like you're telling one black person.
Well, I ask him off air.
No, you
Twitter
don't.
would like to have a word with you, Bobo.
Black Twitter or white Twitter?
It doesn't matter.
It makes a big difference. But so unfortunately, something came up, and we had Wayne was going to do this with us again originally, and then something came up scheduling wise. So he'll be on another episode. Hope Wayne Grace hits month, but he can't be on this episode. We were going to have Big E on for another topic we've done with him on in the past, which is Would You Rather, which you've done with us in the past for years.
Oh,
right.
God.
So we're swapping that up.
Awesome.
So you've been moved around.
Yes.
All right. I'm good with that.
The circle jerk has come back around to another. Yeah,
That's fine.
another stop on the train.
Oh, no, that's fine as long as we're all finishing. I'm good with that, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I always finish it way earlier than everybody else.
First one done.
Yeah. Woo! It's a race, right?
Yeah, it absolutely is. Last one eats the cookie.
These are the jokes we did last week about the race.
What?
We literally did like 30 seconds on jokes about the first one to finish wins.
Oh, shit.
But no. That was you telling me how to have sex.
Yes, I
That wasn't a
understand.
joke. That was instructional.
Oh, that was instructional.
That was
Gotcha.
instructional.
See,
Okay.
I was just referencing Ookie Cookie, but I mean, don't Google
And then
the
I went
kids
home.
or grandma.
And when Anna and I, in the bedroom,
Right.
I was like, "You like that, you fucking retard?" And she didn't like that.
No. So Bubba slept on the couch at night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Didn't work out the way I thought it would. Your advice was suspect at best.
No, I think it worked out exactly the way you thought it would.
It worked out in Ann's favor.
Yeah,
that's
real.
for sure.
Well, no, she still got fucked.
Oh, that could go a couple different ways. Okay.
That's a great segue.
I know, right?
Yeah. Way to set that up.
Shall we start off with domestic violence jokes then?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Let's
Well,
Which one do you want to get into?
do I feel strongest about? You know what? We can start. I only have one domestic violence joke. We can start off with that though.
Okay. Do you want to start off?
I'll start off.
Okay.
This is a softball. I don't know about this one. This is the topic I had the hardest one finding a good joke for.
Okay.
And it kind of actually plays into racist jokes also.
Okay.
Some of my jokes really blur lines this episode.
I love when they cross categories.
Horrible jokes for horrible people. Here we go. So, Travis, Big E, what is the hardest part about a Muslim man beating his wife?
His dick?
His erection.
Suppressing the erection.
No, suppressing the erection.
All right. How many men does it take to open a beer?
I don't know.
None. It should be opened by the time she brings it to you.
Where's the violence in that joke?
Where's the violence in it? I mean, you hit her if she doesn't bring you an open beer.
not in the joke.
That's not even implied, though.
Is it not?
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah. What if you just give her a stern warning?
I mean, I understand. You guys are sticking up for terrible guys.
Or you could slap her on the ass and say, "Thank you for bringing me the beer."
I think the implication that it should be open.
The implication.
Just because of the implication.
Just because of the implication.
The
Because you're
implication.
saying, I'm going to tell a joke involving domestic violence. You tell your joke, and then it's implied.
Right.
I think you still failed.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I agreed.
Two.
All right, then give me your stellar joke.
All right. Well,
give me your goddamn stellar joke.
This is actually where it's going to get a little bit interesting. And I briefly mentioned to Bobo about this, and I'm going to say to you, like, I don't find humor in domestic violence jokes anymore. I really don't. Like, I wanted to find a joke that still would genuinely make me laugh. Because, fuck yourself. Because I am a horrible piece of shit person.
All right.
But I just can't get down with them anymore.
So you don't have anything?
I don't have, I have them, but they're not funny to me.
Okay, so I'm going to dive into this.
Yeah,
because
let's go.
We were talking, and I didn't want to bring it up this early, but we can bring it up this early.
It's fine.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told Big E about the topics we were going to do. You know, I gave him a whole list of topics. We have like the national tragedy category, diseases, and domestic violence and rape are two of the categories.
Right.
And Big E was like, I don't feel comfortable with giving a rape joke. That's the one we talked about on the episode.
It was more so I it's very, very difficult for me to find humor in rape jokes. And
why
stuff
just
like
rape
that.
jokes? I'm just curious about.
Well, rape and domestic violence, really.
I mean, one usually leads to the other.
One or not necessarily, but I understand.
They're in the same ballpark, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I never told my fair share of either rape or domestic violence jokes.
Okay.
I mean, I can tell some Irish wife beating jokes till the cows come home.
With the best of them.
Yeah, with the best of them. But as I get older and as I try to expand my worldview a little bit, I've met more and more people who are direct victims of rape or domestic violence, and understanding what they went through, it kind of cheapens the punchline a little bit, because it's easier to equate a face to those jokes, to that punchline.
So what makes other categories of jokes though still okay? Like, let's say, for instance,
What makes this funny is, have you never met a black person?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, that and this and I've been kind of wrestling with these ideas as well.
Right.
I've found kind of comfort in justifying, like, public events, public figures, mass tragedies as fair game, because it's out there, it's happened, but I personally haven't put a face to it. And I know it sounds absolutely conceited and selfish, but that's the way I feel about it.
Sure.
And I mean, people can tell me I'm wrong, and I'm okay with that, but that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. That being said, Bobo, I actually did come up with a rape joke for you.
Is it a prison rape joke?
No, well, it should be.
All right, let's hear it.
It should be. Yeah.
So we're moving on to rape now?
Well, we'll move on. Yeah. So
you want to move on to rape?
We'll segue into that one.
Okay.
All right, so I'll hit off with this one. I'll lead off, since I didn't have anything for the domestic violence, and I'm kind of going against what I said before. But this is actually a modified race joke.
Okay.
And I think it's a little more topical, and I'll discuss why here in a second. But why does Brock Turner, former Stanford swimmer who was accused of rape, cry during sex?
I don't know.
Why?
Probably the mace.
Well, sure.
Okay, I like that. Okay. It's like a rape defense joke. Interesting.
A little bit. I mean, I felt the need to kind of to modify that, because I was looking through and I was just like, I mean,
see, I think that joke actually is pretty still like okay, even as far as like horrible jokes go, because it's topical in that sense.
It's topical, and it's also kind of attacking white privilege a little bit,
right?
In the fact that this motherfucker got off all but scot-free for a horrible crime.
Yeah, that is still pretty fucked.
And it's absolutely fucked, but it's also kind of a reminder that, hey, this motherfucker's still out here. We're not going to forget.
Right. Okay.
Cool.
Hey, horrible jokes for horrible people. We're bringing it way down for you, Travis.
I was trying to have some fun here.
Oh, no. Don't worry. After this, like...
Well, I like to dissect why they're okay, though, too. Like, we're just not a bunch of assholes telling jokes because we don't like black people or don't like women, or... You know what I mean? So...
No, I get that, but we've kind of talked about that before. And the reason why they're funny is because they're horrible. Like, it's the absurdity of it.
Right.
Like,
right.
I don't ever expect to go... I don't ever expect Mandy to come bring me a beer. Or the classic domestic violence joke is, what do you tell a woman, what do you tell a woman with two black eyes?
Right, nothing.
You told her
twice. Yeah,
like, I'm never gonna hit Mandy, but that joke's funny because it plays. It plays on the absurdity that people do that.
Right, and it brings it to the fore. I get that.
Right.
When I was looking over, kind of dark comedy, black comedy, which is the realm that we are like balls deep in.
Oh yeah.
Let's not even. We're like.
Oh yeah.
We're like fucking up to the elbow right now.
It's not just a tip.
But we're like balls in there. We're stuffing that turkey. So one of the things I did find though, and I did a little bit of a wiki walk because I was curious about where this comes from.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of bullshit about Freud and blah blah blah. What the fuck did he know? But somebody had said that. And I'm going to quote this from Wikipedia. You can check it. But it said black comedy has the social effect of strengthening the morale of the oppressed and undermines the morale of the oppressors. It's to be able to laugh at evil and error. By doing so, it means that we've surmounted them. So by being able to look blatant racism, blatant homophobia, blatant anything in the face and joke about it, there's kind of this claim that we've risen above that. At least that's what was quoted here, and I don't know if that's necessarily the case. Like deep down, I don't feel that that's quite the case, or that's where a lot of the basis of these jokes come from. So I don't know, just something I wanted to throw out there. I thought it was interesting to kind of think about in that respect.
What's your rape joke?
Yeah.
Oh, let me pull it up. Okay, so I've got a really good one. Hang on. My rape joke actually is, I thought about what Big E said when he was talking about how he had an issue with rape jokes. So I made it my mission to find a rape joke that I thought you would be okay with. That was also very funny.
Lay it on me, man.
Okay, so I made this joke myself. I modified a joke with it, okay? So, and this also crosses some cultural lines.
All right, let's go.
How come when a redneck rapes his sister, he does it in reverse cowgirl position?
I don't know.
Because you never turn your back on family.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow. All right,
there you go.
What do spinach and anal sex have in common?
Oh, I do know this one, but
I do
hit
not.
me with the punchline.
If you were forced to have it as a kid, you'll hate it as an adult.
Yep. There we are with that one.
Now we're jumping balls deep.
All right. Can I hit with one more here?
Sure.
Am I all right with this?
Yeah.
So what kind of file do you need to turn a 15 millimeter hole into a 40 millimeter hole?
I don't know.
A pedophile.
Oh, all right, yeah. That's a good one. I've never heard that.
That's
There
a
you
great
go.
one.
Like I said, I tried to go like deep dive on some of these horrible jokes.
All right. Okay, so what category are we gonna jump to next?
Let's do disease.
Disease.
All right. I'm good with that.
All right.
Good. So, oh man,
I'll go first.
Okay.
What's the difference between me and cancer? My dad didn't beat cancer.
That's domestic violence
There you go.
joke too.
I know.
It's domestic violence, it's illness, and it's self-deprecation.
Uh-huh.
I love it. Multi-layered.
That's funny. Okay, so, all right. Here's my joke. So a husband goes with his wife to the doctor's office, and the doctor asks to talk to him in private. Okay, so his wife's out in the exam room. The doctor comes out. And he's like, I want to tell you something before. He says, your wife has cancer, and the husband says, well, can it be good? What's the prognosis? Can it be cured? And the doctor's like, well, chemo, might cure it, but I can't guarantee. And there's going to be surgery involved, and you're going to have to take care of her every need for like at least the next year. You're going to cook the meals, clean after she gets sick, change the bedpan. Like it's going to be like this surgery is going to be invasive. The chemo is going to last a while. Like it's pretty far along. But yeah, I think it might be possible to cure. And then he's like, so let's go in the room together. And they go back into the room with the wife, and the husband sees his wife. His wife says, so what did the doctor say? And the husband says, sorry, you're going to die.
I've heard the variant on that about your wife has become a vegetable and you have to change her diaper.
Right.
And blah. No, I'm just fucking with you. She's dead.
I think we told that one in the first podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't remember that or not. My memory's not that great.
You like that one? Travis is chuckling over there.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. So I'll give you guys a choice. I have some short ones, or I have a little bit longer one that kind of hits with a pretty good punchline. What do you think here?
Give us the best one, man. I want the best laugh.
The one you think is the best.
Oh, geez. Well, the one for you guys, I'm like, all right. So, did you hear about the one with the child with AIDS?
No,
that one never gets old. And since this is an audio medium, I am hanging my head in shame with that one. But let me give you this one. This is one I heard a long time ago, but I found again today, and it made me laugh like an idiot. So all right, here we go. There are 5 sisters, and they're all playing together. And the first sister walks up to the mom and says, "Mama, why is my name Rose? And her mother replies, well, honey, a rose petal fell on your head when you were born. The next daughter comes up and says, Mama, why is my name Lily? And the mother replies, well, because, honey, a lily petal fell on your head when you were born. Third sister comes up, Mama, why is my name Daisy? Mother again replies, when you were born, daisy petal fell on your head. And, I believe I'm missing a sister here, but that's beside the point. So the final daughter walks up to her mom and says, and mom says, shut the fuck up, Brick.
Yep, there you go.
That one I had heard when I was young, forgotten about, and rediscovered. And
I never heard that. That's a good one.
I was a little happy to find that one, honestly.
Can I tell another?
Sure, go for it.
Another one. Okay,
as long as it's funny.
We're in it.
This one is funny. You'll like this one. So there's an Irishman. I'm not sure why his nationality is important, but apparently it's in the joke. Okay, Mike O'Leary. All right. And he goes to the doctor. He's been sick for a while, and he goes to the doctor, and they do the exam and stuff, and eventually he's like, "Well, I got some bad news for you. You've got cancer. It's pretty far advanced." He's like, "I don't think we can. There's no cure for it.
Right.
You're going to die. Like, I'm not sure if it's like tomorrow or like in 6 months, but you're going to die." And he's like, he's all bummed out, but he manages to compose himself, and he gets out of the doctor's and he goes home and he tells his family, I got a touch of the cancer, like
got the cancer.
I got a touch of the cancer. I'm going to die. He's like, you know what? I've had a good run. Let's go out to the bar. Let's get fucking shit faced and just fucking do what Irishmen do. Okay. So he's out at the bar and he's like, they're drinking pints with all of his buddies and whatever. And he's like, listen, guys, I want to let you know that I've got AIDS and I've only got a few weeks to live. And so drinks are on me for the rest of the night. And just want to let you, when I'm gone, just, I had a good run. It's been a good life. Don't worry about me. And so the night continues and he's paying for the drinks and everyone's like condolences. But, they get drunk and they're having a good, they make the best of it. You know what I mean? And when they're walking home from the bar at the end of the night, the son says, so, why did you tell everyone at the bar that you had AIDS when you have cancer? He's like, well, I do have cancer, but I don't want them sleeping with my wife when I'm gone.
Jesus.
Wow. All right. Wow. Touche.
I had to raise an eyebrow at your delivery there. I thought you'd fucked it up, but you brought that one home.
Yeah, I like that one because I never heard that one either. I was like, wow.
That's good.
Yep.
Forward thinking in death. I like it.
I appreciate that.
All right, which topic we're going to move on to next?
I'll let you pick the next topic.
Let's do some national tragedy jokes.
Okay.
All right, shall we?
Excellent.
Big E, if you'd like to start this one off.
Oh, Jesus. All right. All right, I'll hit this one. This is a tragedy that hasn't been thought of much in recent years, but there's an old saying that teach a Japanese man to fish, he'll eat for a day. Give a Japanese man a net, and he might find his family.
Wow.
What?
Wow. All right.
That was a slow burn for Bobo over there, but
Jesus,
it delivered.
Wow.
Look, motherfuckers, you wanted dark humor and horrible jokes. I am delivering.
That's great.
That's
I like it.
That's a good one. Well played, sir. Well played.
All right.
Travis?
Oh, you want me to go?
I do.
All right. I have two of these, but what's gray and white and black and looks good on a firefighter?
What?
The World Trade Center.
Wow.
Shit.
Oh, we're doing this now. Okay. All right.
All right. I got one for you guys.
Uh-huh.
This is not so genders are kind of like the Twin Towers.
Okay.
Back in 2001, there used to be two of them, and now it's just a sensitive subject.
So you do know the difference between a cow and 9/11, right?
No.
You can't milk that cow for 11 years.
What does your mom and the World Trade Center have in common?
What?
2 planefuls of people, and she'll go down on everyone.
Jesus.
That's a good one.
Yep.
Oh, man.
What did the Sandy Hook shooting and the Aurora Theater shooting have in common?
I don't know.
Tickets to a great show.
Wow.
Dude, that's horrible. Like I can't get on board with that. I mean, can you imagine what was going through those kids' heads?
Yeah, bullets.
Yeah, bullets. God damn it.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry.
I'm so not proud.
Can I tell my? Wait, go ahead.
I was going to say, we can kind of jump religion and tragedies with this.
I got to tell my last natural tragedy joke.
This is tragedy. Give me the mic.
Okay.
Give me the mic. I'll take it away.
Take the mic, bro.
So,
drop that shit.
what's the difference between Jews and Boy Scouts?
Boy
Scouts come back from camp.
Is that a national tragedy?
Yeah, I would say an
Not
international tragedy.
our national tragedy.
Oh man,
That's German's problem, all right? That's German guilt they got to deal with.
Did you have another one?
Yeah, I wanted to tell a variant of my joke from last week if you didn't listen to the ASMR podcast.
Oh, okay.
What's the worst part about Madden 19?
I don't know.
No respawn.
That is true.
Matt's like not okay with
hard
that one.
sigh.
Yeah,
All
right.
Hard sigh.
Hashtag too soon.
Oh,
So, do you want to move on to another category then? Shall we move on to something religious?
Yeah, I like
something
those. Yeah.
sexual / crude.
game on.
Game on.
Let's go.
Religious.
Let's do religious.
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
religious.
I don't feel nearly as bad about these.
Bubba, you want to start with this one?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I made this joke up myself. I always preface those because
I wouldn't do
now,
that.
Now we will feel terrible when we don't laugh.
right, I know. That's why I want you to feel terrible about it. So listen.
Still not going.
So losing my virginity was a lot like my first baseball game
Okay.
as a kid. Very mediocre, but at least a father came.
All right. Well, a father, not yours.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
That was pretty good, but I had to hold that one back.
I think it would have been better if my father came.
Oh,
I think that, like,
Then it's not religious. Then it's just a rape joke.
no,
or everybody else's dad came.
your father could be your priest as well.
True, but if you say my father,
Yeah.
you think of like your dad.
Right, I know, but
Yeah.
Well, you know why they call priest father, right?
What?
Because daddy just sounds creepy.
I mean, sure. You got a religious joke, or was that your religious
No,
joke?
I mean that
was just off the top of your head.
that was a tiny one.
That was a religious joke.
All right, guys, I have the absolute best religious joke for this podcast. All right,
Okay.
so why do women love Jesus?
I don't know.
Because he's hung like this. See, it's an audio medium, and I'm doing a visual joke here.
And his hands.
And but he also promised a second coming.
Well, that's a generous lover.
That's a good one.
That's a generous lover right there.
There you go.
So I want to interject real quick.
Okay.
The difference between religious jokes as opposed to, for instance, national tragedy jokes. Because to me, there is a difference. Like the religious jokes, I think are funny because I'm kind of like being mean-spirited about them. How does that play? I don't know. I'm just curious about that.
You want me to tell my joke?
Yes.
Hit it.
What's worse than the Holocaust?
What?
6 million Jews.
Oh!
Is that a religion joke?
I mean, it's centered
Yes.
around religion.
It's Jewish. It's absolutely
Yeah,
religious.
I
joke.
feel that'd be more of a tragedy, but
Wow.
I can get on board.
If you're a denier,
Well, yeah.
then it's
Dude, the
I know the person to
simplest
call.
jokes are the best ones. That's
Yeah.
wow.
yeah. I feel like
Wow.
it has to hit a little bit first before, because I had two of those, and I feel like that was the strongest one.
What's the other one?
Where do you send Jewish kids with attention deficit disorder?
What?
Oh, I know.
Concentration camp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, I have one here. What's the difference between acne and a Catholic priest? Acne waits until 13 to come all over your face.
I've heard that one before. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
It's timely and topical, which I don't want in this world anymore.
All right, I got one for you. So, a cop pulls over on the side of the road. He sees two priests walking, and he pulls a car over the side of the road real quick, and he rolls on the window and he says, "Hey, guys, we're looking for two child molesters in the area, and want to know if you guys know anything about that." And the priests look at each other for a moment, and they look back at the cop, and they're like, "We'll do it."
Oh, damn it.
Do you want to move on, or does anybody else have any more jokes?
Oh, I mean, I got plenty of religious jokes. You know, I feel like we've hit Christianity pretty well.
Sure.
I feel like we've hit Judaism.
Okay.
There's the big M that we haven't hit, or the big I that we haven't hit.
It's
here.
okay.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. So let's
Equal opportunity.
I kinda
let's
did.
throw this one out a little bit. So did I tell you about this amazing street magician I saw the other day? He tore open his shirt, screamed "Allah Akbar," and made 30 people disappear.
That's a good one.
Oh my god! Wow.
I like it.
Hate mail directed to Prestige Worldwide.
No hate mail. This is all in fun. No apologies necessary.
None.
So, do you want to move on to handicapped or sex/crew jokes?
What's going to handicap?
You wanna
Yeah,
go-
we got
okay.
some handicap. Yeah,
All right.
let's get this.
Who wants to start it off?
I got one for you.
Okay.
I only have one for this category.
All right.
What is Sarah Palin? Sorry. Oh, that was what happened there.
Go for it.
What does Sarah Palin and Iron Man have in common?
I know that. Yeah.
I don't know.
They both had a Downton Jr. inside of them.
Yep. Yeah, that one. I saw that and my jaw hit the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man.
The last time we told a handicap joke, mine was a Sarah Palin joke.
Yeah, it was.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways, Biggie.
All right. What's this one's horrible, but it's also kind of tame by comparison. So I got another one lined up after. But what's the opposite of Christopher Reeve? Christopher Walken.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah, that one's kind of an icebreaker to read the room as to whether or not you can follow up with what's the hardest part about eating vegetables. Taking off the diaper.
Oh, I've got another one about that. What's the hardest part about eating your vegetables?
Oh,
the wheelchair.
Yeah, the wheelchair.
Yep. All right, I got one. This is a little different though.
Okay.
Helen Keller came to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in her cap, and called it.
Yeah.
I've heard that one before.
Yeah,
There is not. I would dare the listeners out there call a 747 banging. There is not a Helen Keller joke I've not heard.
Not one you've
I am
heard.
a Helen
that
Keller.
sounds like a challenge.
I am a Helen Keller joke aficionado.
All right. Can we sidebar just a second?
Sure.
How did Helen Keller lose her virginity?
Oh no!
Hang on a second.
Oh no! There's no time.
No, there's no time. Her parents left the plunger in the toilet.
Yeah, that's right. I knew.
That's
no,
right.
I knew it had a plunger, and I couldn't remember what the punchline was though.
Yep.
How do you?
Or that's how her parents punished her too.
How do you get Helen Keller to shut up? Cut off her hands.
Yeah, break her fingers.
Why can't Helen Keller drive a car?
Because she's a woman.
Yeah, that's it.
What did Helen Keller name her dog?
Yeah.
Why did Helen Keller's dog kill itself? You'd kill yourself too if your name was. Yep.
All right.
There we go.
So okay, then I'll give you my alternate joke for that one then.
All right.
So my girlfriend asked me to turn the vegetables on. Apparently, fingering her quadriplegic daughter was not the right move.
Wow.
All right.
You love those jokes that are so. Travis likes that line of like uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
You really like it,
I do.
and you'd like to go way past it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
If,
And
if you can't go way past it, then what's the point?
the sex and the crude column is where you really shine, because you will tell those jokes that people don't even feel comfortable reading.
See, you got to shock me because we've heard most jokes before and most variants on jokes before.
You'd be a good shock humor kind of guy.
I like it, sure.
But now, like, I feel like sex and crew jokes are like your wheelhouse for that stuff.
Yeah, probably. Although we're coming up to that category.
And then I have
sex-
high expectations for
Sex, crude, and gross.
you. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, game on, motherfuckers.
Big E's like, never mind.
Nope, we got this.
A new challenger has entered the arena.
Ready, round 4, fight.
I'm all
All right, we'll start it off then, Biggie.
Yeah, what you got?
I got a couple of
Come
them,
out
so
swinging.
it's all right. What's the difference between a dead baby and an apple pie?
I don't know.
I don't eat the apple pie after I fuck it.
Wow. All right. That's pretty great.
Wow.
I like
you go.
that.
Oh, my God.
Pushing the envelope of good taste.
Is there a good taste in this?
Nope.
Oh,
Well, I mean, maybe the apple pie. I don't fucking know.
Bobo, you got one?
I sure do. What do you get when you mix goat and human DNA together.
I don't know.
Kicked out of the petting zoo.
Or the county fair, one of the two.
Yeah.
You know, guys, they say you shouldn't have a favorite daughter or favorite child, but only one of my daughters does anal.
How are all your jokes do cross a lot of lines? I'm proud of you.
I mean, I have another one, but it blurs the line. Yeah, it blurs the lines across these jokes. How is spreading butter on toast like getting a woman to spread her legs? You can do it with a credit card, but a knife's easier.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Holy fuck. Oh, we're getting into the multi-layered shit. All right. Wow. All right. No.
That joke has levels. That's a good one.
No.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
And
man.
Biggie laughed at it.
He did.
Oh, man.
Because it plays on that whole female shop thing too,
Right.
which is that's like an acceptable thing to joke about. Which it kind of leads you down that path of like laughing because that part's funny, and then you just go way too far.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh,
Right, but you can't stop.
God.
Plus, women like it because it has credit cards in it.
Right.
So
And
there's that.
Holding in a laugh after you started is like trying to cut off your piss midstream. It's basically impossible.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, you'll shit yourself
Right.
if you do. Like,
That's
I
how-
mean, that's
That's how sharts happen.
that is how, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I have one that I have to end it on, but I'll hit with this one. What's the difference between a hippie chick and a hockey player?
I don't know.
Hockey player changes his pads after 3 periods. That's just gross. And it brings back memories of a friend's old ex-girlfriend. It was terrible.
Oh, I read that joke and I do love that's a good joke. I don't know why I didn't include it.
That's a good
But,
one.
yeah.
So I have this joke in the sex and crude column, but it's really just not one of those.
Okay.
I have to. This is one of those jokes, Travis, I told you before the podcast.
Right.
I have a note written in parentheses that says, "I don't rape children for the record." Before I tell this joke.
Christ.
Does that need a preference? Like, does that need to be said?
Yes.
I feel like that doesn't need to be said.
Travis, what's blue and rapes children?
I don't know.
Me and my lucky blue suit.
Wow.
Right.
All right. Yeah, that's.
Parentheses. I don't rape children for the record. On parentheses.
But he does have the suit.
He does have the suit.
I thought that joke was real. I don't know why. That joke
and an
to me is
open tab at the dry cleaners.
Really?
So.
Right. Yes. I'm on credit with them.
All right.
Like
that's fine.
Like I have a margin account for
All right.
dry cleaning bills. You know.
You're paid up, though.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't clean tears out of your suit.
That reminds me of the time I was at a show. What was that? This old hardcore band from our town. I don't want to name it because then they'll know where we're from. But this old hardcore band was. We were playing a show at a church.
Okay.
And these guys were not very PC, and they gotten pushed around on the bill to end up playing last, and they weren't happy about it because they were supposed to play like in the middle of the pack, and by the end of the night, no one had been there because the bands that people were there to see played earlier.
Right.
So no one stuck around. So they're like, well, we're last. We can fucking do what we want. So this song is called "The Second Hardest Part About Being a Child Molester is Running Through the Cornfield Naked." And they played the song, and like the people there, the running the venue were like, they were not okay with that. And they're like, okay, we got reprimanded after the song. They're like, we got reprimanded for what we said earlier, so we apologize. So this song is called "The Hardest Part About Being a Child Molester is Rubbing My Dick on His Teddy Bear." And then they played that song and they were kicked off.
That's amazing.
Did they let them finish the song?
No, they pulled the
that's
plug.
fucking
Yeah.
brilliant.
That would have been awesome if they would let them finish.
But I was just like, the fucks they didn't give at that show. I'll never forget those 2 jokes because of that.
Yeah. I mean, you're not ruining a career over, over a show like that.
Yeah, church
Right.
basement show.
Yeah, exactly.
No. So why are orphans so bad at baseball, guys? They always start crying when they're told to run home. That one's for you. You know who you are.
You childless fuckers.
No, you
Parentless.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
parentless.
I fucked it up. What happened?
You did. Fuck. You had one job, Bobo.
Oh,
You
what
fucked
happened
it up.
there? What'd I say?
You childish fuckers.
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say that.
That's
Take it out on edit.
That's right. I'll fix that in editing.
And yet you won't.
We'll just reference it so that you have to keep it in.
So, a man's getting a checkup at the doctor, and the doctor, during the exam says, "Listen, you've got to stop masturbating." And the guy's like, Why? And the doctor's like, so I'm trying to fucking examine you.
We've all been there.
I mean, right. That wasn't a joke. That was a story. I was the man.
We've all been to the doctors, all boned up, and just had to get the release out.
That's all I have for my sex and crude category.
I think that's all I have.
I got the mic drop.
Do you? Oh, you've got.
Well, do you want to save it for the? You want to save it for the end? We'll go to because we still have another category.
Oh shit! What's the other category?
We still have racist jokes to get to.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Is it better than any of your racist jokes?
This is my showstopper.
Okay, so that's the coup de grace.
This is my coup de grace.
All right, so we'll save that for the very end. We'll save Big E's coup de grace for the end of the episode.
Yep. Okay. We're good with that.
So let's move on to the last category, which I always feel uncomfortable about, especially without Black Wayne here, to make my black jokes
now
okay.
You're calling him Black Wayne?
Right.
Wow, that's I think that's even
be
worse.
About race with you, motherfucker.
Because he's black, and
his name is Wayne.
Right, and he tells me if it's okay to say in front of all black people.
Does he identify you as white Bobo?
Yeah, of course he does.
All right.
Look how uncomfortable Bobo gets with these, and his white guilt is just oozing out of him.
Do you remember
now.
last episode when I tried to find jokes that were not black racist jokes?
Right.
Just so I wouldn't have to say a black racist joke in front of Wayne? Yeah, I tried real hard.
Well, the first time we did this episode, I believe I came up with the I'll never top that racist joke.
Oh, dude, yeah.
It's just not going to happen. And I feel let down when I look through a ton of jokes and I can't do it. Because, go ahead.
So I actually made it a point to try to find white racist jokes for this.
And I did too.
Yeah, because it's such low-hanging fruit to find, Hispanic or black or Asian, any of those racist jokes. They're a dime a dozen.
Yep.
It is so difficult to find an all-encompassing white person joke in the vein of what we've been telling. There are a lot of memes out there that point out white stereotypes, which personally I think are fucking spot on.
Yes, my favorite is the one with the three chicks at the Han Solo convention.
I don't think I saw that one.
They're all dressed up wearing the exact same thing, and they look like Han Solo. The boots and the white shirt.
Missing the basic bitch uniform, missing pumpkin spice latte.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're coming upon Han Solo season soon here.
I do love Han Solo season.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's fall.
Right, it's fall. Yeah. Love it.
It's jeans. It's jeans, boots, and a vest on.
Yoga pants or tights.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, no. All on board.
How did we convince women that literally they have to wear spandex and it's okay now? How did us as a society sell that to women?
Dude, it's comfy as fuck.
It doesn't matter though. It can be comfy for men. I'm not fucking wearing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, right. How did we do that?
Patreon stretch goal. Boba wears leggings for a week.
I'll just say I'm transgender and wear leggings everywhere.
That's not really how that goes. Now we're.
But if I said I was...
It's insensitive as fuck.
It is insensitive, you motherfucker.
It's a joke!
We're not being transphobic,
it's a joke! Oh, those are too far.
We're dealing with race, not transphobia.
Not transphobia. Did you find any transphobic jokes? No?
I'm sure I did, but I didn't write them down because it wasn't a category.
I'm done pointing out how homophobic Bobo is.
Not homophobic, transphobic.
Whatever.
Big difference.
It's all the same for you.
Love the gays.
That's a whole other conversation to unpack at a later date.
God damn it.
So, Biggie, I'm going to let you start it off again because you're throwing down the gauntlet here with some maybe not so well-known jokes. So let's
so wait, did you find a white racist joke?
I believe I did.
Would you like to tell it?
I would love to.
No, I feel too bad about telling you.
Give it your best. I found one too. I want to see if we found the exact same one.
Okay.
Though.
I will here. So, people say that white men can't jump. Bullshit. I saw plenty of them doing it on 9/11.
Wow. All right. Damn.
That was fucking great.
There you go.
I mean, I don't consider that a racist joke.
Oh, it definitely plays to white.
It's playing on white stereotype.
I get it, but
that crosses some lines for national tragedy.
Okay, all right.
But that is a good one. That's a great one. Okay, I found one too.
Okay, give us yours.
Get it.
What is white and 12 inches long?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Sad because it's true.
Because we don't have big dicks, guys. Get it?
I get it.
Get it?
All three are proof positive here.
That's pretty funny.
No, that's great. I did not go that route.
All right, hit it.
I went, why do black people smell? So the blind can hate them too.
Yep. Yep. There it is.
Wow.
There it is.
Yep.
Wow.
We're going to uncomfortable town, and let's go. Choo-choo, motherfuckers.
You got any more racist jokes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got a lot.
Yeah. Let them
All right, here we go. What's the difference between St. Patrick's Day and Martin Luther King Day?
I don't know.
On St. Patrick's Day, everybody wants to be Irish.
I get it. I get it. Nobody
just
wants to be shot on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
No.
Please explain the joke, Bobo.
Is that what you really think it is?
No, I know.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Understand.
God damn it.
Yes, I get it.
All right, well,
Fuck you.
It sounded like you had more to that. Like, it sounded like you were ramping up for something else.
That was it.
Okay. All right.
No,
Sorry.
Okay, that one fell flat. My fault.
You got another one there, Biggie?
What happened
yeah,
there?
I got a couple. How do you circumcise a redneck? Kick his sister in the jaw.
Oh. Okay, so that's white.
That can be, but again, that's not an all-encompassing white joke.
Right.
That's like a marginalized
And I have
subset.
I have one of those too.
Yeah.
So where did the Irish family go on vacation?
Where?
Another bar.
All right.
But again, it's a subset of white people, right?
It's funny because
Exactly.
it's true.
But this is what I discovered. Like, people will, they'll break it down into different nationalities.
Right.
But it's not just, well, I mean, the 12 inches, the white and 12 inches, that's a good,
That's
like,
an
that
all
is-
white person
that's
joke.
a great one. I love
And
that.
that's the only one I've ever heard.
Yeah. Travis, what you got for us?
What was missing from the Million Man March? An auctioneer and about 1.5 miles of chain.
Oh my God! Wow!
Fuck.
Oh,
Listen, I find
parentheses. We are not racist. Close parentheses.
Jesus Christ.
I can't help that it's funny.
I know. All right, I got one for you. What's white on top and black at the bottom?
I don't know.
Society.
Wow. That one's got levels, dude.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Feels bad, man.
Absolutely. I felt that I'd be remiss if I didn't include that
I think
one
this
for
one,
you guys.
I got one for you that counts as national tragedy.
All right.
So why did all the black people die in Vietnam?
Why?
Because when they yelled "Get down," the black people just started to dance.
Yep. Yep. Well, I'll mind if I kind of piggyback on this.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
know, how do you start a dance party in Ethiopia?
Oh, throw a piece of bread.
Tape bread on the ceiling.
Oh yeah.
All right, Biggie, I believe it is time for...
Oh no! I got one non-black racist joke.
Okay.
Hang on, let me pull it up real quick because this one I thought was pretty funny too.
You don't have it ready?
Yeah, it's right here. Okay. Did you hear about the Chinese lookalike contest?
No.
Everybody won.
Biggie, I'd like to hear your joke now.
Wouldn't that be a Mexican lookalike contest?
Yeah. Juan.
Everybody won.
Juan would be, yeah.
K-U-A-N.
Oh, I was making it more like they talk like that. Everybody won.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, Bobo. Oh, God, I wish we had a photo of Bobo's face when he told that punchline. It was wonderful.
Biggie, I'd still like to hear this joke that is the best one ever.
I've still got one more.
No, you don't.
You got one more?
If you let,
After that,
if
do
you
not
led
have
with
one
the other
more.
one and you didn't, and you thought that one was better than this one, I don't even want to hear it.
That's just great.
Give it to us.
All right, so Muhammad and a friend were eating dates. Muhammad would eat the date, and jokingly he'd put all the seeds in front of his friend. And after they finished eating, Muhammad looked at his friend and says, "You've eaten a lot of dates." To which his friend replied, "Well, at least I didn't eat the seeds like you." And they laughed about it. And then Muhammad went home and fucked his 9-year-old wife.
Oh, anti-joke. I love it.
Wow.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Travis isn't into those, no.
See, it's
I get it.
funny because it's in the Quran.
Got it.
Yeah.
I once
There
had
you
an anti-joke that got like, I don't know, 10,000 upvotes on Reddit.
Why didn't you tell that one?
It's not any category.
Oh,
well,
right.
actually, it's a handicap joke. Why can't Christopher Reeves drive a car?
Because he's dead?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Fair enough. All right. So this is my party piece, boys. And you guys have known me long enough. You've probably heard it, but for the listeners out there,
This is for you.
it's kind of a fun little story.
I just love
actually.
looking Travis's eyes at me right now. He's so disappointed in me right now.
Just get to the goddamn joke.
So,
Jesus Christ.
So I was eating out my grandma, right? and all of a sudden I started to taste like horse jizz, and I went, "Oh, Grandma, so that's how you died."
The number is 747 banging.
747-226-4464.
Go ahead and call in or email us, text us, whatever, with your favorite awful joke, horrible joke. We want to hear them.
I'd like to hear some more jokes.
And we also, with that joke, you need to explain to us why it's okay to tell it, because we all just think you're an insensitive and awful people.
I don't think that's necessary.
I'm just kidding about that word.
Right, yes. We need a poll for this week.
Well, who had the best joke?
Okay, there we go. Who had the best joke?
Travis, Biggie, obviously Bobo. I mean,
obviously.
the Muhammad joke killed, dude.
Hey, friends, you know I love you.
All right, so
everybody won.
I thought my Islam joke killed.
Travis is so disappointed.
Oh
right
my
now.
God,
Jesus, I am too.
Greatest Hits Month's not off to the greatest start. So
it's off to the best start ever. Greatest Hits Month. 3 more weeks of this bullshit.
we do have 3 more weeks. We'll be back next week.
There's still time to vote on the last episode for Greatest Hits Month. The polls are still open for that, aren't they?
They can be.
They can be.
Sure.
Go vote. We've still got one topic up for grabs.
It'll still be open then. Go to pwthepodcast.com to vote on the poll for this week, and also to vote for the last week of Greatest Hits.
Yes.
Greatest Hit.
We'll probably close it. We need some time to prep it, so we'll probably close it like next week. So we'll give you guys one more week. How's
one
that?
more week, and then that's it.
So next week, we're going to officially close the polls, and we'll announce the winner next week over the last episode, so we can prep it.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
We got to put minutes of effort into those episodes. You guys don't even know.
I'd like to put in a little bit more than that, but okay, yeah.
I like to do the bare minimum.
Of course you do.
I mean, I gave a lot of effort this week, and all I get from Travis is these blank stares, so.
Well, if you'd be funny, I wouldn't have to.
pwthepodcast.com, PW Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that social media bullshit. Prestige Worldwide, the podcast. You can find us on SoundCloud, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, all that nonsense. Wherever good or awful podcasts are hosted, that's where you'll find us. Trying to get on Spotify, but apparently they got standards, so.
Whatever.
That's a problem, you know what I mean? They don't let anybody in.
Listen,
so.
hey, more listeners, we'll create more access. So if we have a lot of listeners, Spotify will put us on, so people recommend us to all of your family and friends and tell them to keep listening.
Absolutely, and this is a good month to get into. And the Greatest Hits Month, these are some of our best topics people have responded to with the most vigor and enthusiasm they've liked. So this is a good opportunity to get your friends into it. You know, back to school time, new class, new podcast, you know, whatever.
That's it.
Anything I could fit in there. Tell your teacher about us.
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Miller, you should listen to this podcast where they tell racist jokes all the time, but they're not racist. It's cool. They're doing it ironically.
I'm picturing Mr. Miller as the shop teacher.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Or possibly
4 fingers and, you know.
We're going to go with that.
No, not even.
Stop there?
No, I'm going to stop there.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Biggie. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you bringing me in late notice. So
yeah,
thank you.
Sometimes we got to switch things up. You know what I mean?
That's right. I like being your fallback, bitch.
You weren't the fallback because you were the first option for our other topic where you've been on.
Right.
We just had to swap things around to make it work because
it's all good.
Jokes work better with another audience.
Look, I'm a sure thing. You don't have to.
I'm going to though. Hey girl, how you doing?
Let's get some ASMR.
Show us
God.
Show us your ASMR trick that you showed us earlier.
Oh, the hold on. See if we can get this.
Yeah.
That's his pubes.
I just nutted.
Great. Thanks for listening, guys.
See you guys next Thursday.
Why do you always do that?
I don't know. See you next Thursday.